Tori Roloff's dad didn't approve of her relationship with husband Zach. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel USA Roloff Family Gossip. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. I can remember getting ready to go on a date with you and saying who you were and showing him a picture of you and him being like, "No, what are you talking about?" Tori, 33, said on the Thursday, June 20th episode of the couple's podcast Raising Heights. "This is not the guy I pictured for you." Tori continued, "He literally asked, like, are you sure?" Multiple times. He was like, "I don't know about this." Tori and Zach started dating in 2011 while they were in high school and, thankfully, it didn't take Tori's dad to come around once they met each other. "Pretty sure my dad likes you better than me now," Tori joked. "My whole family likes you more." Tori also acknowledged how other people in her life also raised their own concerns about Zach, who she married in. "I think that there were questions when we started dating from my friends and family, but once everyone met you, they were like, gosh, I get why this girl is into him. I get this scenario, I get this relationship," Tori told Zach on the podcast. Height didn't matter. Nearly a decade into their marriage, Tori is glad she didn't let any of those voices in her ear impact her decision-making. "Outside opinions shouldn't matter," Tori says. "They could have kept me from happiness and they could have kept you away from happiness as well. We didn't let other people's opinions come between us or our relationship." She continued, "You look for all these things that are wrong when the person's not right for you. Once I met you, even though your height is different than what I would have imagined, there was nothing wrong with you. There was nothing that I could pick apart." Tori and Zach, who are parents to Jackson, 7, Lilia, 4, and Josiah, 2, announced their exit from the TLC reality series Little People, Big World in February after appearing on the show for its first 25 seasons. "We are done. That part of our lives, that chapter has closed," Tori announced on their podcast. Tori further explained that the family drama with Zach's family, particularly the contentious selling of his family's farm in Oregon, made it an easy decision to leave. "It was no longer a project that we really believed in," she said. Tori Roloff revealed how her father attempted to intervene in the early days of her relationship with husband Zach Roloff. "I can remember getting ready to go on a date with you and saying who you were and showing him a picture of you and him being like, 'No, what are you talking about?'" Tori, 33, said on the Thursday, June 20th episode of the couple's podcast Raising Heights. "This is not the guy I pictured for you," Tori continued. "He literally asked, like, are you sure?" Multiple times. He was like, "I don't know about this." Tori and Zach started dating in 2011 while they were in high school and, thankfully, it didn't take Tori's dad to come around once they met each other. "Pretty sure my dad likes you better than me now," Tori joked. "My whole family likes you more." Tori also acknowledged how other people in her life also raised their own concerns about Zach, who she married in. "I think that there were questions when we started dating from my friends and family, but once everyone met you, they were like, gosh, I get why this girl is into him. I get this scenario, I get this relationship," Tori told Zach on the podcast. Height didn't matter. Nearly a decade into their marriage, Tori is glad she didn't let any of those voices in her ear impact her decision-making. "Outside opinions shouldn't matter," Tori says. "They could have kept me from happiness and they could have kept you away from happiness as well. We didn't let other people's opinions come between us or our relationship." She continued, "You look for all these things that are wrong when the person's not right for you. Once I met you, even though your height is different than what I would have imagined, there was nothing wrong with you. There was nothing that I could pick apart. We are done. That part of our lives, that chapter has closed," Tori announced on their podcast. Tori further explained that the family drama with Zach's family, particularly the contentious selling of his family's farm in Oregon, made it an easy decision to leave. "It was no longer a project that we really believed in," she said. And Zach Roloff reveals son Jackson, 6, secretly underwent major surgery after fans expressed concern. Fans previously shared their concerns for Jackson after noticing his bowed legs seemingly hadn't straightened out since his initial surgery. The 6-year-old first underwent surgery in December 2021 to correct his severely bowed legs. During Thursday's episode of their new podcast, Raising Heights, Tori, 32, and Zach, 33, shared that their son quietly had another procedure. It happened while they discussed Jackson growing up in front of TLC cameras, and Tori mentioned that his first surgery was documented on the show. He was 4.5 years old, he was his sister, Lila's age, and he had major leg surgery. I'm not gonna say it was traumatic for him because it wasn't. He was pretty easygoing about it, however can I say it? Tori hesitantly asked before revealing Jackson's second procedure. He had leg surgery, and he shared it on national television because of us. He didn't consent to it, we decided to share it, and fast forward 2 years, and he broke a screw, and he had to go in and have a second surgery. Tori then noted that Jackson requested not to have his surgery filmed for LPBW. And the world doesn't know that because we didn't share it because he asked us specifically, can we not film it? He did not want the filmers, he called them the filmers, to come to the hospital or to be there when he got home. Zach recognized that airing their son's surgery would have boosted the ratings, but they decided to respect his wishes. He also noted that the move prompted them to reconsider putting their kids in the public eye. We were able to say no, and that started the conversation about leaving the show, the TV star said. Fans have repeatedly expressed concern for Jackson after noticing his legs seemingly haven't straightened out since his initial surgery. Many worried that the curvature of his legs was painful for the youngster. He's had one surgery. I really think it's almost pointless till he's not growing so much, one person said in an online thread. I wouldn't keep putting a child through a horrible surgery that's extremely painful more than absolutely necessary. Placed a heart over Jacob's son Mateo's face because he and Isabel opt to keep their child off of social media. Farm Feud explained. Fans witnessed the fallout of the Roloff farms being passed down to the next generation last season on LPBW. Fan favorite son Zach slammed the Roloff patriarch by calling him a bad grandparent who does not value his family. Zach revealed on LPBW that Matt put the farm up for sale, despite his son coming to the table to negotiate a buyout price. The price was more than I can afford. I was going off of what my dad bought my mom out for. He went beyond the normal appreciation, Zach added. When Matt listed the farm for sale in one Instagram fan brought up Matt's children and asked, none of the kids wanted to buy it? Matt responded, they all had more than enough and very fair chances. In September, Matt revealed that Zach and Tori wouldn't be hosting private tours this season along with Amy as they have in years past. On a post by Roloff Farms' official Instagram account, a fan asked, is Zach giving tours this year? The account replied, no, but other family members are. Fans react, not surprised they're back. Fans of the stars noticed the family back together despite the tense year and reposted the story to a popular social media forum to share their thoughts. The Reddit discussion featured on the popular thread. The user captioned it, Holy SP, they're staying at the farm for Christmas. Someone wrote, ha 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 ha, I predicted that would happen, ha 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 ha, so predictable. Another said, I just want to say, told you so, told you so, told you, told you. Told you so. If he can live with AUD, staying there for a short while will be easy, a follower commented savagely. A fifth added, they may not have the farm, but will still keep connections with Moneybags Daddy. A sixth fan noted, why oh why do people care? These grifters need to pay attention to their family instead of trying to make sure their life looks picture perfect. Matt also refused offers from Jeremy to buy a portion of his 143-acre farm in Helvetia, Oregon. After Jeremy's plans to take over the Roloff family farm fell through, Audrey and Jeremy moved to a farmhouse in Hillsboro, Oregon, for an estimated $1.5 million. Someone else explained, he did have surgery a couple years ago. It's not an immediate fix. As he grows, the bowing will slowly get better. Tori's explained it a few times. Also, during Thursday's podcast episode, Tori and Zach confirmed they quit LPBW after a nearly 20-year run. Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Are we coming back to Little People Big World? Tori prefaced. We are not. We made that pretty clear the last cycle, Zach revealed. But I don't think it's been officially announced to people like we are not coming back to Little People Big World. We are done. That part in our lives, that chapter has closed, Tori added. Zach then pointed out that their decision to leave the show should be no surprise to fans, given the events that played out in recent seasons. He and Tori have been at odds with Roloff patriarch Matt, 62, after he turned down their offer to purchase a portion of the family's $4 million Hillsboro, Oregon farm. They've since been keeping their distance from Matt and his fiancée, Karen Chandler, 56, moving with their 3 kids, Jackson, 6, Lila, 4, and Josiah, 1, to Battleground, Washington. I think the chapter has closed regardless of us being asked back or not. We made it pretty clear we're done with that chapter for multiple reasons, Zach said of their decision to quit. Because we made that pretty clear, they haven't asked us back technically, but this last cycle was rough between the family, the farm deal, and we were done with it. We moved on. Season 25 will be Tori and Zach's final season on LPBW, which premiered on Tuesday. Little People, Big World, Season 25 trailer teases major tension between Zach and Matt Roloff. Things are still tense between Zach Roloff and his dad Matt Roloff following the drama over the sale of Roloff Farms. The drama is heating up in the Roloff family. In a just-released trailer for Little People, Big World Season 25, Zach Roloff doesn't mince words when it comes to his feelings about his estranged dad, Matt Roloff. Zach Roloff isn't interested in mending the Roloff family rift. Zach Roloff and his wife, Tori Roloff, have been on the outs with his dad ever since they couldn't come to an agreement that would allow Zach to buy the Roloff Farms property. The wounds from that argument have yet to heal, as Zach made clear in the teaser TLC shared on Instagram on February. The family wasn't put first on multiple occasions, a visibly frustrated Zach says in the clip. That ship all sailed. Since Zach and Tori's failed attempt to buy Roloff Farms, the couple has been keeping their distance from Matt. We don't see Zach and Tori that often, Matt admits. I think they must have made some kind of pact that they don't want to come to the farm. The rift is painful for Matt, who wants to spend more time with his son and daughter-in-law's 3 kids. My job as a grandpa is to love my grandkids. And that's the sad part. You never get all that time back, he says. Matt's ex-wife Amy hopes that there's a way to mend the broken family dynamics. You have a choice. How long do you leave it broken, she says. Is there a way to help heal it? But Zach seems to be holding firm. When a producer asks him what he thinks about his dad's engagement to Karen Chandler, he shuts down. I didn't reply, he says in an interview. I don't want to talk about it. Exes Amy and Matt Roloff spar as they attempt to plan a fundraiser in Little People, Big World Season 25. Zach isn't the only member of the extended Roloff family with whom Matt is at odds in the trailer. He and Amy are attempting to plan a fundraiser at Roloff Farms. But it doesn't take long for the former spouses to start butting heads. He's gonna want to be in charge, Amy's friend warns her. I am running the show, Amy replies. Later, Matt complains that Amy is difficult to work with. Amy can cross that line from micromanager to dictator quicker than me, he says in an interview. Amy's not been known for being apologetic, he adds in a joint interview with his ex-wife. But according to Amy, Matt's the real problem. You're the one who doesn't take ownership or apologize, she says. He doesn't apologize, she adds, pointing at Matt. Audrey Roloff's kids. Meet her 4 children with Jeremy Roloff. Reading time, 3 minutes. Years have passed since Auj and J left. For those of you who didn't watch E.'s Bite Me Hottest Women on the Web, which introduced Jen to the world, here's a rundown of what led Sturger to pose in Playboy. She was spotted cheering on Florida State at a national televised football game. She looked hot. Sports Illustrated proceeded to hire Sturger as an online sports columnist, allowing her to share the masthead with luminaries in the world of its writers, such as Rick Riley and Frank Deford. Then she posed for Maxim and Playboy. She later gained mainstream fame when she received unsolicited explicit texts from NFL legend Brett Favre, igniting one of the biggest scandals in league history these days. Jen is back in the news, thanks to a new Netflix documentary entitled Untold: The Fall of Favre. I was never treated like a person, Sturger says at one point in the film, alongside footage of fans and media personalities blaming her for the scandal. The irony is multi-layered, as not only did Favre send the photos unprovoked, but Sturger never went public with the illicit texts. She merely mentioned the situation to friend and fellow sports journalist AJ Daulerio, who then published the story without Sturger's consent. I had said to a couple people, at the end of this, if there are 2 scumbags out of this situation, it's myself and Brett Favre, Daulerio recently told CNN, per People magazine. And yes, the documentary has reignited interest in Jen Sturger's Playboy pictorial. Times may change, but the internet's interest in nudity remains the same. Fans slam Tori Roloff for dangerous parenting decision with son Radley. 2. In new photo, the reality TV star filmed herself holding her toddler on her lap without a seatbelt while driving a tractor back at the famed Roloff farms. The snapshots were shared on her Instagram stories, showcasing her reunion this weekend at patriarch Matt Roloff's Oregon farm. In one photo, Tori smiled for the camera as little Radley appeared content in the front seat without a seatbelt. However, in subsequent images, his facial expression turned somber and even fearful. Tori continued to drive, seemingly more focused on snapping selfies than on the road. Tori and Jeremy, fellow reality TV stars, also share a daughter, Ember, aged 6, and sons Bode, aged 3, with another child on the way, as recently announced. Notably, Jeremy was not present during this particular ride-along. Filming, driving, holding a baby? Fans took to a Reddit forum to express their concerns, criticizing Tori for her apparent carelessness. One comment read, "This infuriated me. Filming, driving, and holding a baby on your lap?" Another posted, "I guess she doesn't believe in seatbelts." A third wrote, "Grossly irresponsible." A fourth commented, "She is more concerned that she is in the picture than looking straight ahead to see where they are going. She has a total lack of awareness that she is doing something dangerous. It is always about making a reel for the gram and tagging something or someone in it." A fifth wrote, "Any child should be in a restraint while riding in a moving vehicle. If not, he should have a protective helmet on. His safety is the most important thing, not making reels for the gram." A sixth wrote, "I'm a pediatric operating room nurse of 11 plus years. All of you advocating for this have no idea the horrible things I've seen. It doesn't take much, that's all I'm going to say." Despite the tension in the family over who will take over the farm and all of Matt's sons leaving the show LPBW, they have appeared to gather together to celebrate the holidays. Tori, Jeremy's wife, took to her Instagram story to post a fun video of the family's gathering at the Oregon farm. All of the Roloff grandchildren ran around the home screaming with joy. Tori's brother-in-law, Jacob, sat on the steps playing with his nieces and nephews. She captioned one of her videos, "The best kind of chaos." Everyone appeared to attend the gathering, and her family photo included Amy and her husband Chris, Tori and Zach and their 3 children, Tori and Jeremy and their 3 children, and Jacob and Isabel and their child.